You've seen her perform. You've seen her cook. And I dare say that she cooks better than Mazino. Even if you want to think otherwise, at least she's open to saying that she doesn't know something and she wants to learn. Well, we've got Rose May Alaba in the house. It's great to have you. Welcome. That's a great performance, by the way.
Thank
and
you.
I love your videos. Your dancing ability shows through. Let's talk about you. You were once in a dance group, right?
Yes.
Dancing was always something for you. Let's talk about your musical roots. I know you also play the piano and all of that. How did this all start or come together for you?
Well, I grew up in a very musical household. You know, my dad used to be an artist as well.
Inferno.
My mom used to sing.
Yeah.
So also like, you know, I've always been surrounded by music. So by the age of 6, you know, every time I went potty, you know, I used to sing. So my parents were like, okay, she actually hits the notes. So they actually supported me with like taking piano lessons. And by the age of 13, then I knew that I wanted to be like in the entertainment industry. Well, let's say entertain people with my talents.
Your talent and all of that. And then at some time you tried out football a bit?
Yeah, for a hot minute. For a hot minute, but then they told me that I have to come in 3 times a week. And then I was like, deuces, I'm out. Let me just stick to music.
Bad. All right, but let's talk about the build up to the 2017 Winter Special Olympics and all that. That was a big moment for you. How did that all happen?
Well, that was also like, I think 2 years before that I started tapping into the Afrobeats music. So it was like pretty new in Austria. It's still like still coming. But then Coke was like, oh wow, this sounds so amazing. And then they hit me up and was like, oh, are you ready to actually, do you want to write the theme song for the Special Olympics for Coke? So I was like, sure, I'm down. So that's how it happened. So Coke reached out to me. I wrote the theme song and then I performed it at the Winter Special Olympics.
And then after then, there's been a lot of Afrofusion into what you do and all of that. How has, and you had this collab with Mayoko, right, and all of that. What are you doing now to get into the Afro scene and the sector? That collab was good, by the way. Are there any plans for any other collabs?
Oh, definitely.
What is it that is on ground? What can we look out to when we're talking about your Afrofusion style of music?
Yes. No, definitely, because the song that you have just heard, Lockdown, I'm doing a remix to that song. I'm putting Camido, a Ghanaian artist, on it, who's a great friend of mine, which is coming out by the beginning of February. And also, I'm actually like working on my EP, which is coming out next year, March. And I'm having great Nigerian artists on my EP as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm looking forward to that. I mentioned earlier that you have the same eyes with your brother. And you're talking about, like, I was watching him in the football match, and I can see the same eyes. What's your relationship like with your brother?
We're very tight.
Such a very famous brother and all that.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like?
No, we're very tight. I mean, like, in our family in general, we're very tight. You know, my dad is my manager and my brother's manager. My mom is our support system. She goes everywhere where we go. So I feel like we're super, super tight. I mean, David left home when he was so young. Yeah. But we always kept in touch. And no matter how big his fame got, he always is the same person. So,
when last did you watch his match?
Before I came to Nigeria, I was in Madrid. I visited them, so I went to his match. Yeah.
All right, great. Now let's give it at you now. You have all of this coming up, and let's talk about the Austrian music scene. Just before you tried, what is it like there?
I mean, it's a very small country. There's not a lot going on there. They're very traditional. Let me say that.
How does traditional Austrian music sound?
Okay, it's like folk music.
Okay.
Because we're like, our language is German. So it's very, so it's very like folk music.
How much German can you speak?
I speak fluently. Yeah, I was born and raised in Vienna.
Okay, can you say, my name is Rose May and I am at Wake Up Nigeria in German?
Yeah, of course.
Just.
Mein Name ist Rose May Alaba und ich bin hier gerade bei Wake Up Nigeria.
What? There's something I love about German. It's so, there's that, I don't know, there's that rough thing about it.
I know, right? It sounds so hard. I know.
You know what I'm
Every
saying?
time, like, even when I'm with my cousin and then we're in a group and then I'm talking in German to my dad, my cousin always is like, Josh, wash, wash, wash. Like, yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Which Nigerian language? Nigerian language you speak?
No, but my dad, Yoruba, but I don't know how to speak it.
Okay, what about Pidgin?
Small.
Wait, tell me, wait if you
But I know if you speak Pidgin well. It's just small.
You did try.
Yeah, I did try.
Yeah, so we're talking about Austrian music, and then you started with the Austrian music style, yeah?
Well, I started doing pop.
Pop, okay, okay, which is different from what you say is like folk and all of that. So with the infusion and all of that, how is the acceptance of your music, of Afrofusion in Austria?
In Austria. Well, it's getting better by the time, I feel like. To me, like, my mission is to build the bridge between, you know, Europe and Africa as well.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I feel like more DJs, like I have a lot of DJ friends in my, you know, circle.
Your circle, yeah.
And they're playing Afro music and having Afrobeat parties and stuff. So I feel like
over there.
Yeah.
That's
we have great.
We've come a long way.
I know. I know. So yeah, we're getting there definitely. I just need the radios to be like stepping up their game, exactly.
And all of that.
Exactly.
And all of that. So looking forward, you said you have an EP coming out. What no, is that your what is that your first EP or something?
No, it's my second EP.
Your second EP. Okay. How many songs are we expecting?
About 6 songs.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's dropping like when?
Around March.
Around March.
Yes.
It gives us a long time to wait for it, but we'll wait.
Yeah.
We'll wait. It's a pleasure having you. You've been such a delightful pleasure. And here's wishing you the best. Those ratings, they will come up. And you're quite talented at what you do, and you'll be recognized for what you do.
Thank you so much.
Well done.
Thanks for having me.
Well done. All right. That was Rose May Alaba. She's still here in the house. Don't go anywhere. We'll get to see the final of what she cooked because she was part of this one. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. We will be back in a jiffy.